What's up, you guys? Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get our workout started. Grab your foam roller, find a spot on the ground, and let's get to rolling. I'm gonna set you up on the ground. First up, let's roll those biceps out. Elbow pointed to the sky. Roll back and forth. Give good pressure into the foam roller. Don't rush the foam rolling. We don't need to be hectic. Nice and slow. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Nice. Let's go to the top of the legs now. Just below your hips to just above your knees. Okay. Let's give the calves a turn. We're gonna roll one out at a time, cross one leg over the other, roll that foam roller away from you, and then into you. Back and forth. My butt is still on the ground. I'm just pushing into the foam roller. Let's do the other side. Okay. Sitting on top of the foam roller. Let's roll out our glutes. Lean to one side, roll back and forth. Other sides turn. And lastly, let's finish with our back. Good, let's put your foam roller to the side for a minute. Let's go through our ground mobility. Starting off on the ground with some lying knee hugs, laying on your back, pull your knee into your chest as close as you can, hold it for a second, and then switch legs. Keep on alternating sides here. Good, now let's sit up. You're gonna do sitting knee hugs. Cross one leg over the other, pull your knee into your chest, sit up as straight as you can. Good, unwind and do the other side. Let's keep alternating legs. One more each side. Now we're gonna do our 90-90. 90 degrees with both legs. Sit up as tall as you can. Take a big deep breath in. As you breathe out, sink into your stretch. Keep your shoulders pulled back. That's only gonna deepen the stretch. Very good. Other side's turned, 90 degrees. Take a big deep breath. And sink into the stretch. Keep the shoulders pulled back. Okay. On our hands and knees, let's do our cat-cow. Round the back. Arch the back. Keep doing those two. Now sit on our heels. Let's do T-spine rotations, hand behind the head. Reach underneath you with your elbow, then reach for the sky. One more. Other side's turned. Last one. Good. On to our ankle rocks. Foot closer to our body, hands on the front leg. Push the knee over our toe as far as we can while keeping your heel on the ground. What we don't want is our heel to come off the ground. Big, slow rocks. You might feel a stretch in your calf. If you don't, that's okay. You might be more mobile than me. Now we're gonna put that foot further in front. We're gonna feel our hip flexor on the back leg. Stretch. Same idea here. Big, slow rocks. If you don't feel the stretch, that's okay. Just going through the range of motion is healthy, is good. And let's do out to the side. So throw your leg out to the side. Push your knee behind you while pushing your hips forward. Rock side to side, nice and slow. Feel that stretch on the inner thighs. Good. Now let's do the other leg. Ankle rocks first. Putting weight into the leg. Now we're going to bring that foot forward more for the hip flexor rock. And let's finish with that side rock. Take out to the side. Rock and back and forth. Very good. Let's come up to our feet and go through our skip series. If your knees, your back don't like that, the skip series, that is fine. You can walk in place. You can walk instead of doing the skips if you need to, or march in place. Here we go. Find you some space. You could also do these in place if you didn't have space. Front skips. Down and back. Butt kicks. Knees. Doesn't have to be high knees. As long as we get a lot of steps and move forward slowly. So you can see there, my knees weren't going as high. Side shuffle, down and back. Karaoke, down and back. And back pedal, down and back. Very good. Let's get some water, and then we'll go ahead and get this workout started. Take a breather for a second. Here we go. that tastes good. Okay, for today's workout, we have 5 exercises and we're gonna do 5 rounds. We're gonna do goblet squats, push-ups, fire hydrants, band rows, and sit-ups. I'll show you modifications for each of those if you need to make it easier or harder, or if there's an injury or something like that you're trying to work around, to give you some ideas to get you through the workout. We're gonna do build-up sets, so all that means is on the first round, we're gonna start easy. Maybe we start with body weight or a lighter weight on our squats, and then by the time we get to our 5th round, we should be really challenging ourselves with a higher weight or higher rep. All of that to say, maintain good form during your workout. There's no point in doing heavier weights or more reps if they're not quality reps. We don't want to risk injury. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with those goblet squats first. If you have a marker to touch for your squats, something like a box, to make sure you hit the correct depth, do that. Find something like a bench or a step-up box, something that you can touch your butt to every rep to keep you consistent and make sure you're going low enough. If we don't have a box, sometimes we will squat shallower, on some reps more than others. We'll squat shallow, we'll squat deep, we don't tend to be as consistent. So anytime we can squat to a box, that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and set you up. Start with my lighter weight. We're gonna get 5 reps. We want our hips to get as low as our knees on the squats, ideally. If you feel like you can't do that, I wouldn't worry about holding weight. I would worry about trying to sink deeper every rep. I would practice body weight squats until I can get that depth that I wanted. One more for good luck. All right. Let's go on to our push-ups. We're gonna do those over here. Make sure you got a good view. For the push-ups, on our tiptoes, we wanna make sure we have good depth here. We wanna go all the way down to the ground or very, very close, every rep. If we need to make it easier, we're gonna do something like go on a box. The box, the higher the incline, the easier the push-up's gonna be. So you could use something, if you don't have access to a box, you could use chair, countertop, table, something that's stable. And also, if you still needed to make it easier, you could do an incline on your knees. So those are just a few tips for the push-ups. Let's go ahead and get our set in. I'm gonna stick with on the floor, on the ground push-ups, but do what you can. Go wherever you need. We'd rather you be on an incline, doing push-ups, doing full range of motion, rather than on the ground doing this, doing quarter push-ups. We're gonna do 5 reps here. Do one more for good luck. All right. Now we're gonna do our fire hydrants. For the fire hydrants, you can find a mat or something like that for your knees. On your hands and knees, you're gonna lift your knee as high as you can without bending your arms. So I'll give you from the front view. Lift my knee up. What I don't want is to bend this arm to allow that knee to come up. I want all the range of motion to come from my hip. Once it goes this high, once it stops going up, I'm gonna push into that ceiling for a second. And we're gonna do 5 each side here. Let's give the other side a turn. As high as I can, or as high as you can. And then try to get it just a little bit higher. Very good. Next up, we're gonna do some band rows. So my setup for the band rows is here. Let me set you up, better view. There we go. So I have my band set up to a rack right here. If you don't have something to anchor your band to, that is okay. You can make this work with just a regular band. All you would do, or let me show you what we're gonna do first if you have access to anchor your band. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, pull the band to your chest. We're gonna do 10 reps here. If you didn't have access to anchor a band like that, you can simply, if you have your band, throw the band around your feet, grab it, row here, and now you've got your band row. We're gonna go ahead and do our band rows with this setup today. Let's get our 10 reps. Pull that bar all the way to your chest. Nice job. And then our last exercise, exercise number 5, we're gonna do sit-ups. So, we'll do those over here. I'm on my mat. For the sit-ups, the straighter you have your legs, the easier it is gonna be to sit up. The more you bend your legs, the harder it is gonna be to sit up. So adjust accordingly, make the sit-ups as hard or as easy as you need. I'm gonna start off with straighter. I'm gonna personally do straighter leg sit-ups. Sit up as tall as you can at the top. Try to get the top of your head to touch the ceiling. We're gonna do 10 reps. One more. What you don't want for the sit-ups is your knees bent too much to the point where you can't straighten your back at the top. You can see my back is rounded right here. If you're not very mobile, if you have tight hamstrings or something like that, even if you straighten your legs, it might still be tough for you to sit up straight. So that's why I like the idea of straightening the legs as much as you can on the sit-ups, just to ensure your spine is in line as it can be. First round done. We're gonna get a sip of water and then we'll hit round 2. Okay, back to our squats. We're gonna trade out our weight for a little bit heavier of a one. Now, if what you did on the first set was already challenging, I want you to maintain what you were doing. If you think you can handle a little more weight or a few more reps, go ahead and try that on the second round, but make sure you maintain good form. Here we go. Butt touches the box. I'm not sitting and relaxing down here. I'm not putting all my weight down. I'm just barely touching the box. All right. Back to the push-ups. Remember, if you need to do incline push-ups, do that. Whatever you can to get that full range of motion. If you're a little more advanced, if push-ups is a strong spot for you, maybe you do weighted push-ups. So
add some weight on your back.
But maintain that good form. Don't do the weighted push-ups if you're working on an incline, if you need to be doing incline push-ups. Be careful. Woo. Almost got you guys. Okay, let's do those fire hydrants. Lift that knee up as high as you can. Keep your arms straight. Don't let them bend. Other side, turn. All right, let's come up to our feet. And let's do those band rows, or stay on the ground if you're doing the seated band rows. One foot forward, 1 foot back, pull that band all the way to your chest. And you know what? I'm gonna do it this way. If you do have something to anchor your band to, but you don't have a bar or a PVC pipe to use, you can just grip the band here and pull it to you. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just a different angle. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. What we don't want is to be shrugged up right here. Put your shoulders down and back. Awesome. Let's go do some more sit-ups. Now for the sit-ups, if you find that you can't sit up straight, all the way straight at the top, don't worry about adding resistance. But if you feel like you are able to sit up straight and you feel like you can add some resistance, you can hold a weight. It could be a dumbbell, a kettlebell, plate. Just make sure you're able to maintain that good form. So we're gonna hold the weight over our chest. The weight is always reaching for the ceiling. I'm not gonna bring the weight behind me. Always reaching for the ceiling, for the sky. Sit up. 10 reps here. Round 2 done. Water break, and then we'll get round 3 in. The sweat is starting to roll now. I don't know about for you guys, but it is for me. If you're not sweating at this point, you need to take a look at what you're doing, whether it's not using enough weight or resistance on your exercises, or if you're rushing through your reps. If you find that you're passing me up a lot, stick with me, really pay attention to your form. You won't believe how much doing that, how much paying attention to your form will go in terms of results on how strong you'll get, how fit you'll get. So keep that in mind. No point in doing reps if they're gonna be bad ones. Round 3, let's go back to those squats. We're gonna up the resistance. Like I said earlier, if what you were already doing was challenging, maintain that. Let's get those feet shoulder width apart, and let's push our knees out as we go down. Back to the push-ups.
Make sure you're not redlining too hard.
You want to be able to control the exercise, not the exercise control you. And if you redline, if you push yourself too hard, that's when the form starts to break down. So adjust the exercise, the resistance, to where you can comfortably control the movement. Accept where you're at and go from there, work from there. Don't have pride and say, oh, I should be further along. I should be able to do more. That's gonna do you no good. Let's go to those fire hydrants. Knee up as high as you can, keep those arms straight. All right, back to the band rows. Whoopsies. Hang in there with me, guys. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's go get some more sit-ups in. Round 3 done, water break, and then we'll get round 4. A little sip of water. And back to the squats. Let's try out this weight. Heavier one. But we're gonna maintain that good form. Ready? Yeah, let's get in position. Feet shoulder width apart. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Just touching my butt to the box. Not relaxing down there. Woo! Let's do some push-ups. Weight on the back. Good clean reps. Shoulders lower than your elbows. Woo. Back to the fire hydrants. Lift that knee as high as you can. Try to get as high as your hip. Other side's turned. Awesome. Back to the band rows. Lifting heavy, getting sweaty. 10 rows. Good pause at the chest. Okay. Back to our sit-ups. We're gonna add some resistance here. Let's put you down. Three, two, one. Woo! 4 rounds down, 1 more to go. Last sip of water. Gotta get a little refill. All right, let's do this. Last time doing our squats. Don't lean back at the top. Stand up straight at the top. Very good. 1 more of the push-ups.
Whether you got weight on your back or you're doing your push-ups against the wall, maintain good form.
Okay. Fire hydrants. Other side's turn. Lift as high as you can. Don't rush. One more for the band rows. Last one. Good hold. Final exercise, you guys. The last set of sit-ups. Let's do it. Three, two, one. And that is a wrap. Thank you guys for working out with me. Hey, one more thing before I let you go. After you're done finishing your workout, grab your cleaner, grab a rag, keep your space hygienic, spray everything you use, spray everything down, wipe it down. Y'all don't need to see me do that. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that right now. I made a mess, I'm sweating over everything. Until next workout, you guys, see you then.